Well, hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today's look is this beautiful, girly, flirty, uber feminine look with this amazing pink shadow. I'm absolutely obsessed with how this turned out. Not only was this super easy, we used my no liquid foundation makeup method and it turned out perfectly. The only liquid product that I used in this look today was my concealer and my setting spray. Class is in session. I am going to give you the easiest beginner-friendly way to do your makeup in literally 10 minutes. It's going to be a 10-minute makeup that you can actually tweak and play around with, whether you're going for a more demure look or you're going for something a little bit more glam. And starting off with brows, I'm using my Urban Decay Lash Kit. We have the Urban Decay Slick Day Brow. Then we have the Urban Decay Big Bush Brow. And then we have the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This has two ends. It has the pencil that you can turn up like so. And then you have the felt tip end, which is more like a marker that you can use to draw on little hair-like strokes depending on where you need it. Please note that you can do this makeup routine with literally any product of your choosing. If you have products that you already like, that you are already familiar with, and how you like your makeup to look, feel free to use your products and apply it to this routine. Then we're going to move into primer. My primer is going to be the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Besides my setting spray, this is the only liquid product we're going to use in this routine. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Now we're going to move into our powder and complexion products. Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I'm using this in the color 450. This is on the warmer side of my complexion and I absolutely love the finish. Then our setting powder is going to be the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And this is in the color Translucent Medium Deep. And then for bronzing and bringing back some sort of color and definition to our face, or maybe even contour, I love the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mommy. This is truly brown girl friendly. If you have a warmer or deeper skin tone, this needs to be in your makeup kit. For shadow, I decided to go with this super girly pinky rosy palette from NK Makeup. This is the Poison Apple palette. Not only is the formula so good, but the payoff and pigmentation that you get for such an affordable palette is just unreal. And lastly, for setting, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I just love how this looks on my skin. I use this throughout the process of doing my makeup and I just love the finish of my makeup when I use this. My skin is already lightly moisturized, so I'm going to go in with the first step, which is primer. While that dries down, I'm going to go ahead and slick my brow with my Urban Decay Slick Day Brow.
Where you look, where you touch, where you feel it, yeah. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know.
Now our primer is ready, slightly sticky. That's what you want. So we're gonna move on and go in with our concealer. I personally like to have my concealer sit for about 30 seconds so it gets nice and tacky and dry down so it stays exactly where I place it. And then we're gonna lightly put a little over the stash. So I went ahead and I blended one side of my face off camera, and I'm gonna do this side with you. So I'm currently using an eyeshadow brush that's nice and fluffy. The fluffier the better, and I like to use a smaller brush to blend first, and then I'll go over with a beauty blender. What I do is I start and just work my way over. Just slowly bringing product over, and because we waited for the concealer to dry down a bit, we have more control. It's not too loose or runny and going to places that we don't want it to go. Allowing your concealer to dry down is a key step. I'm not speeding up this step so you can see exactly the pace I'm going at to ensure I get a precise placement of product.
Can we talk about me and you?
Now we're gonna go in with our beauty sponge and really blend that out. Take your time. We're not swiping, we're not doing this, we're not pulling down, we are literally tapping, pushing in that product. Tap that in one section at a time, and then you can move over. Pull your concealer up, that's going to help to lift your face. We all want a lifted look, girl. We all want to be lifted. Go ahead and tap that in until you feel like the product is completely blended. Then we can move on. I like to use a lighter concealer and then go on top with a setting powder that matches my complexion a little bit more. I feel like that way you're kind of mimicking how the skin actually looks. For me, you can see that I have lighter undertone, but then there are warm areas to my face. So I like to add my lighter concealer to my face. And then on top, I will go with a beauty sponge with my medium deep loose setting powder from Laura Mercier. Tap it on your hand to ensure that you're going to get a really even application. And just look how smooth that looks. Excess on my hand, I'm just going to literally just tap that over the rest of my face. Normally I would do my eyeshadow prior to my concealer, but here we are. So in this eyeshadow slash blush palette, because I feel like these are just the perfect blush colors for dark skin, we're gonna go in with the darkest matte shade. Find that outer corner, stay there, don't move, and just tap it in. Tap in that pigment. Don't move around, just tap in that pigment. While we're there, we're going to pull out like that. And then we can start doing our windshield wiper movement back and forth like that. You should have something looking like that. Anywhere you feel like you need to blend a little bit more, just go ahead and in circular motions just blend that out. And that was just with one application of product. Tapping and turning, circling around to ensure that all sides of the brush has product. Tapping off the excess. Go in, find our outer corner, staying there, and just tapping in that product where you want it to be. Don't move. Let's just get the product placement right first. Right there. Once we have that, light flash outwards, light flash, just to create that drama, almost like a wing-like look. No more product, just literally just swipe over. Swipe over, swipe over. Windshield wiper, keeping the boldness of the pigment at the outer corner to create a light dust of color. And there we have it. I literally only went into this product once on each eye. Now with just what's on the brush, we're not going in. I'm gonna go under your eye and slightly just dust a little bit of color.
Started as a whisper.
This is a more demure option, but if you wanted to jazz it up a bit for a more glamorous evening, I would go in with the same color as your matte eyeshadow but in glitter and just tap on the lid. Ooh, wow, wow, I'm fine, baby. Go back in with my brush and just blend that out. Wow, this is the reason why I like to do my eyeshadow before I carve out my brow, because sometimes I just pull the eyeshadow a little bit too far up. I don't necessarily love that look. I prefer it to look a little bit more like this. I'm going to show you how I created this on this eye with a flat concealer brush and one with a rounded tip. This is the one I like to use when carving out my brows. Tap a little concealer on both sides of the brush, not too heavy. One even swipe. I'm going to show you how to create the perfect arch on your brow, whatever your brow looks like. So you're going to go in and find a placement just, I'd say, not too close to the front of your brow, just a little behind. And once you're there, one swipe over.
Let you into the secret. Would you listen? I can hear every sound calling my name.
Then you can go in and clean up any area or just fill in any area with concealer that you may like. And then we just move further down like that. Just like that. That took less than 20 seconds, 10 seconds if that. And then you're gonna go in with your small fluffy brush that we use to blend out the concealer under the eye. And we're just going to blend that out. Nice and easy. Just blend out the edges of where the concealer meets the eyeshadow.
I can hear it, I can hear it, oh, I can't stop the rush, every note I touch.
Like that.
I can feel it saving me.
We're going with our brow blade and just fill in our brows. I like to use the felt tip end to just create hair-like strokes where I feel like I need it. With the concealer blending brush, the one we use to blend out our under eye, I like to just go at the end of the tail of my brow and just pull whatever product that I have on the brush already and just define the tail a bit. You can skip this step, but since we're already doing a bit of a dramatic eye, we're just gonna go ahead and go full steam ahead. I'm going to use a liquid liner. This is kind of like a marker with a felt pointy tip. Just line my waterline. Look at the difference already.
Staring up the sky, I was always in denial of what I saw right in front of me.
Now let's bronze and then we can move on to lips. Before we move forward, let's just quickly set all this in.
Hear a second voice inside my head, it's telling me to say the night again and hold on to the words we.
Now we're going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. And I'm going to use an angled powder brush. Tap that in. Tap off the excess. And let's just create a bit of definition and chisel out our cheeks. And all around the perimeter of my forehead. Jawline as well.
Swear we'd never say goodbye. Fall asleep to lullabies with something that I thought I'd never find.
Then with another angled powder brush, I'm gonna go in with NaomiB and really create that definition.
Hear a second voice inside my head, it's telling me to say the night again and hold on to the words we always said would be forever, forever. Wait another day to clear my thoughts, so jump into a love that won't be forgotten forever.
Same brush, tap off the excess, start from the beginning of our brow and sweep down our nose.
Let's run away together.
And I like to create a V shape. Anywhere you may see a harsh line, just use the edge of the brush and just blend that out. Like that. Then with a fluffy brush with no product on it, literally no product, a clean fluffy brush, blend everything out lightly. Anywhere two colors are meeting each other, you just want to go in and just diffuse that slightly. Like so, like that. Gorge. Gorge, 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 gorge. This is perfect for date night, perfect for girls' night out. Anywhere you want to be a little bit more glammed. With our same palette, we're going to go in and find that gold shimmer highlight type of color on my finger. I'm just going to tap on the tip of my nose, just there ever so slightly, like that, and then tap up the bridge of my nose. This palette is so versatile. And I'm not applying any additional product. I'm just using the brushes that I used initially to blend out any area where I feel needs to be blended out. With the same product, I'm gonna go in with my fluffy brush with like a slight point, peak, I should say. It's a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna use this for blush because it's a smaller brush and I can get more of a precise placement. I'm gonna go in with this super pinky color at the end there, and that's gonna be my blush color, and I'm also gonna mix that with that more orangey red at the corner. Tap off the excess and just tap on my cheek. Use a very light hand little under the nose. I like a nice flushed look. I'm back in with the gold shimmer, excess on my hand, and just nicely tap that in. A little over my cupid's bow, and now it's time for lips. This is my beauty supply store lip liner from NK Makeup. If you know me or you've been on this side of the internet for a while, you know that this is my go-to lip liner. I like to overdraw just my cupid's bow. Demure lip, I'm just gonna go over with a clear gloss on top. Setting spray. Liner and gloss is all it needs, honestly, because I want my eyes to be the star of the show, and it really is. It really is. Love, 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 love.